Welcome to Allies or Enemies. This time we are looking at Merv, the heart of the Silk Road, designed by Fabio Lopiano with art by Ian O'Toole. Set in the ancient city formerly known as Alexandria, and even more formerly known as Antioch, before being razed by Mongols to the point where it is now just formerly known, Merv takes us back to the city's glory days through trading and building and scoring points from worker placing and set collecting. It's a clever game that provides a great bridge between medium and heavy. Let's see how it works.
There is a lot going on here, and you only have 12 actions to do it. Each turn you place your big meeple on one side of the city, moving around in a classic never eat shredded wheat fashion, choosing a column or row and either placing a building or choosing a previously placed one. You then get cubes from buildings that match the color of your chosen building in that row, and you do the action on the space. The cubes represent, I'm not sure, cubes maybe, but they are necessary for any of the actions. The actions include trading in the city for goods or collecting scrolls, both of which can be traded for bonus cards, trading for spices, which get you points at the end of the game from sets, moving up the mosque track and earning bonuses, placing courtiers who score you points at the end of each round, and building walls, which protect you from Mongol raids and move you down a track that increases your trading potential. All of these actions work together in various ways, allowing you to create engines and follow different paths to points. The whole thing only lasts 3 rounds, and there is a lot of subtlety to this system. But what it all boils down to is finding ways to score points and ultimately be declared the winner.
Merv is designed for 1 to 4 players, and the good news is, it works pretty well at all of those player counts. Turns can be a bit thinky, and one action can cause a small chain of actions, but not enough where one extra player will make a huge time difference. And while 3 or 4 will obviously increase competition for spaces, at 2, there is a clever mechanic of a dummy player, who is used to add buildings to the city, and who creates a kind of mini-game where other players are trying to block each other. And best of all, the dummy player rules are incredibly simple. The first player chooses a row or column, and the second player chooses a space. That's it, and it works surprisingly well. There's also a card-driven AI solo mode, which combines a small deck of cards with the 2-player bot to solid but difficult results.
The components are one of the biggest selling points of this game. Ian O'Toole's design is terrific as always. The colors are bright, the board is beautiful, and everything is clear and functional. Once we learned the icons, we didn't have to open the rulebook again, which is very important for a game with so many interconnected parts. There are a few small trickies, however. The busy design style isn't going to be for everyone, and some of the colors can be a bit too similar, particularly the white and tan cubes, and the cubes themselves feel a little out of place in a game that is otherwise so energetic, but at least the camels are camels and the walls are walls, with even archways to make it just that little bit more scenic.
Merv has a lot of paths to victory. Caravan spices, walls, marketplace trading, the library, the mosque, and it all ties into your courtiers at the palace. But are all paths equal? Maybe not. We have generally found that you need to do at least a bit of everything to really succeed. But at least in our early plays, the mosque track does seem to offer a bit more of an easier path, especially when combined with a few well-placed courtiers. That's not to say that you can't win by combining the library and the marketplace with a lot of contract cards, or by combining wall building with caravan collecting, but those other paths might take a little bit more planning. That said, we have had a lot of fun experimenting with various tactics, and we still have the sense that we are just scratching the surface.
If you think you might enjoy Merv, you are probably right. For fans of mid-weight Euros with multiple paths to victory and interconnected mechanics, there is a lot to like here. It's a smart game with distinct art design that perfectly gels with its theme, and it provides a slightly quicker and lighter experience than much of its competition without losing much in the way of strategy or fun. But if the idea of spending cubes and moving up tracks doesn't sound like your cup of tea, Merv probably won't change your mind. It is unapologetically Euro, and outside of competition for spaces, which is an important part of the strategy, it doesn't offer a lot in the way of direct interaction. That says, it lands right in the sweet spot for us and has seen a lot of time on our table, and will likely see a lot more. And that is it. Have you played Merv? What did you think? Are there similar games you might recommend? Let us know in the comments, and please take a second to like and subscribe, and hopefully we will see you all next time for another game.